Okay, so hey everybody. I know it's a crazy week with Thanksgiving and stuff, but like I always say, we cannot. Oh, shh. Go see daddy. Go see daddy. We cannot. We gotta always keep our businesses open. Yes, of course, I want you to take time to enjoy your family and your loved ones and all that and stuff. But what we do now is crucial to things, the momentum that our businesses are going for December into January, and so on. I always say, like, what you do now, literally, like, you see that come to fruition in like 2-3 months from now. So if you're not doing your reach outs and you're not filling your funnel and stuff, then you're gonna come new year and be like, all right, it's January 1st and I'm ready to rock and this and that. And you look and you're like, my funnel's completely empty. We do not want that to happen, right? So it's so crucial to be plugged in. So those of you that are still here, plug it into these Zooms. Like, I commend you, and I say this every week because it's so, so, so true. Like, this is what it takes, right? It's plugging into your business every day. It's making it a priority. It's thinking back to while you're doing this, you're making your business a priority because you joined for your reasons, for your why, and just live that and breathe that every day, because truly that's what's going to get you to the milestones and the success you want in this business and all of that. So I'll stop talking. I'm so excited to have Jen on. She is due like 3 weeks, Jen?
I have like 3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks with baby number 3. So I'm sure you're like going to feel out of breath at times and all of that. I remember that feeling when I would do like trainings and you can barely like catch your breath. But so excited to hear from you and all this and all your success and just kind of your journey and what you are going to train on this week and stuff. So I'll pass it over to you.
Awesome. Hi, guys. So that was actually what I was going to start with is I apologize if I'm out of breath while speaking. I am at that point where I'm having a hard time catching my breath. So I am going to be training today about the long haul mentality and surviving the highs and lows of the business or this journey that we're all on. It's definitely a roller coaster. We all have had ups and downs. And I'm going to kind of get into that, and I'm going to kind of get into just really what we need to stay successful and how to duplicate all of this down as well. I also want to, have all of you guys talk about any of your highs and lows as well, because I think that really makes us all feel like we're in this together because everyone feels the same way. I don't think that no one here has not had a high and low in this business, just like anything else in life, like parenting, just like when you were in school and college or with your career or anything that we do in life, we have to have highs and lows, right? Without the struggle, we're never, ever going to hit that sweet spot or that high point in our life without a struggle. So first, I'm going to kind of go into my story of how I started this business, and then I'll get into, everything that I believe helps the success in all of these highs and lows. So first of all, I am from Flat Rock, Michigan. I am in like the South Detroit area, and I am a level 5 achiever. I actually just celebrated my 3 years with Rodan & Fields. I actually joined in November of 2014, and my story kind of started back when I was pregnant with my second child. I was actually at work, and I got a phone call from my husband, who never called me at work. I'm a hairstylist by trade, and I was literally at the same point I am right now. I was 36 weeks pregnant, and I never answer the phone when he does call, but he rarely does call anyway. So I answered it, and he had told me, he said, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, working. And I could hear in his voice something was wrong. And he had told me, he said, well, I just lost my job today. And I'm like, you what? He's like, I lost my job. And I literally wanted to sink to the ground. I like literally have my heart like palpitating like right now. I remember feeling it, and I'm in between a client at this point. So I try to keep my cool because I knew I could hear the fear in his voice. So I'm like, okay, keep it cool. I can't make him cry right now because I'll start crying. And I said, okay, well, we'll make it work. I hung up, and I remember thinking, make it work. He has the insurance. He carries the insurance for our children. How are we going to make this work? So I remember I had to go back to my client. I was completely silent. I didn't speak. I was probably white as a ghost. And I remember when I finished that client, I called my mom and I said, Mom, I'm like, Steve just lost his job. She was like, I know, I was babysitting and he came home. She was like, he literally was in tears. And I'm like, oh, great. So, she was like, everything's going to be fine. You guys are going to work it out. So at this point at 36 weeks pregnant, I was planning on dwindling down my days because I was completely exhausted from doing clients full time. And I couldn't. I actually had to pick up another day because I was so scared. And I was working 5 days a week, 40 plus hours, pregnant, swollen, probably super crabby and scared. And, my husband ended up taking a backbreaking job like any husband would do. He went back and worked for a construction company that he had worked for before. But to me, that was devastating because that was the job he wanted to leave in the first place. And here he is going back now. So from that point on, I remember thinking in my head, like, I've got to find something else because now I'm about to go on maternity leave. And guess how much money you make as a hairstylist on maternity leave? Zero. None. Nothing. No backup. Nothing. Of course, I had money saved, but now I was making up for almost 2 incomes for a little while. So I ended up, we survived through my maternity leave. My husband was working a lot. So I was at home a lot with the baby by myself and went back to work. And I was planning on going back part-time, had to go back full-time. And from that point on, I knew something had to change. I had to go back. I had to be part-time. And at that point, Megan had joined Rodan & Fields. And she started posting on Facebook. And I remember looking at it like, well, this could be something. Like, she's so positive about it, but I already knew Megan was a super upbeat person. So I had done the research, right? Totally looked into it. And I'm sure Megan will tell you, she ended up reaching out to me. Okay, so it was amazing. It was like perfect timing. And in my head, I'm like, this was meant to be. So I'd already done the research. She reached out to me and I was like, oh yeah, I'll listen. So she calls me and then she, goes to do a follow-up with me to see if I'm going to join. Of course, I tried to ignore her and Megan is very persistent. So it's all about being persistent in this business. And it wasn't that I was going to say no. I was a little nervous. So I ended up, she's like, no, let's just get on the phone real quick. It'll take 5 minutes. I'm like, okay. She's like, so what are you thinking? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I did. And I jumped all in from that day. I said, I want the change and this is why I wanted it. I never wanted to be in that position again that my husband and I were in, being a hairstylist and being a mom. So I jumped in, and from that day forward, I'm at the position I'm in now. I am actually, like I said, giving birth in about 4 weeks, and I could retire completely if I wanted. But to be completely honest, I enjoy working. Definitely not a person to stay home completely. So I'm actually only going back to work 2 days a week. But the best part about it is it's on my own terms. I get to work because I want to work, not because I have to work. And it's all because of this business. So for me, that right there is the biggest reward of this business. And knowing that if I do want to stop, I can, and I can be home more with my family, and I can make up for all the income that we lost prior. So the biggest thing I can say for everyone is be persistent, right? So make sure that you stay on top of people no matter what. Even if you get a no, we all know in this business, a no is not a no. It's just a maybe, or we're not ready right now. So make sure you stay on those people. Okay, so into what really we're training on this week. Okay, so I want all of you to talk about whatever your highs and lows are also. So as I'm going, if you want to talk about something, you can, or we can wait till, I finish talking as well. Let me catch my breath. So first and foremost about this business, it's all about belief, right? This business is all about what you believe. The only way to succeed in this business is if you truly believe in the product, you truly believe in the company, and that you truly, most of all, believe in yourself, right? So do you believe in the product? Do you believe in the company? And do you believe in you? Okay, if you don't believe in yourself in this company, there's no way you're ever going to succeed to the top. Okay, you have to trust in the product. You have to trust in the company. And if we don't, how are we going to stick up to those people who are constantly like, oh yeah, I use Maybelline face wash, right? You have to understand why you believe in this product so much. Somebody says, oh, well, I could go and sell something like unique, let's just say. You have to believe why you think that this company is so much better than all the other companies out there, because there's a ton now, right? So it's all about believing, right? Belief is the number one thing in this business that's going to keep you from falling down into that low part of this business, okay? The next thing is, don't let the negative paralyze you, okay? We've all been there, and I'm sure we've talked about it already on a few different Zooms, but we can't let it paralyze us, right? We have to make sure that we understand that everyone has opinions. No matter what we do, people are always going to voice them, okay? We can't let all those negative people destroy us. We know that the more that we surround ourselves with positive people, those negatives won't even matter, right? So staying away and making sure that we just brush it off of our shoulder. The faster we can brush it off our shoulder, the faster we can move on in this business. We've all been there. I've let negativity get to me a lot, and everyone has, and anything in our lives, not just with this business as well. And then the best part about this business too is it's all that we make it. So we all have the same 24 hours. We've heard this in so many different trainings, right? We all have the same exact 24 hours in a day. And I know Heather kind of spoke on it before too. You know, she likes to wake up early and get everything done. You have the same 24 hours. If waking up early is what makes you positive in that day, it gets you going, then do it. Waking up early to work out, waking up early to have a cup of coffee in silence, so be it, right? That's going to be what drives your positivity for the day. Or if you need the sleep, you're a sleeper, then that's fine too. Sleep those extra hours, but do it for you so that you have a successful 24 hours in a day, right? Another thing that is huge in this business is comparison. Comparison is such a strong word, and it can do one of two things, right? It can either destroy us or it can feed us, okay? So if we let comparison steal the joy from ourselves, then we're never ever going to succeed, because we're just going to let it dwindle down on us, okay? So I always say, like, for instance, everyone knows that Alicia Pietrasek is underneath me, and Alicia went really fast in this business, and that's okay. That's amazing. And you know what? The best part is that she's under me. So that's the best part about this business, is I could have let it destroy me because I was so angry that she, got to level 5 faster than I did. But it doesn't matter. I'm not that same person that Alicia is. Okay, she's way more outgoing than I am, and that's amazing. That's something that I strive to be, right? I'm not going to compare myself and let that destroy me. Okay, I let it fuel me. So I'm like, I'm cheering her on, right? That's amazing, Alicia. I wish, and I don't even say I wish. I can't wait to get there too. And you know what? She would cheer me on as well. So that's the best part about this business, comparing yourself. But you need to compare it in a positive way. So just because somebody is where you want to be, that's awesome, because that's where you want to be. Somebody's always going to be where you want to be. Otherwise, you don't know where you want to go. Okay, so comparing ourselves to others, don't let it steal your joy. Okay, make sure that you're comparing, but you're comparing to somebody else so that you can strive to be better as well. You've got to let it fuel you. And it's okay for your journey to play out differently. Everyone knows that too, right? So for instance, Alicia's a level 5, I'm a level 5. But guess what? Our journey, we both want to be Lexus Achievers, right? We're both going to get there. We both want to be RFXers, right? We're both going to get there. But everyone's journey, no matter what, will be different. So even if you think of Sarah LeBlanc and Leslie Niza, they're still different, right? Megan's is different than Sarah's. Everyone's is going to be different no matter what, but your journey is still going to you're still going to be where you want to be, okay? One of the best quotes that I've also heard about this is, hold the vision and trust the process, okay? I don't know if any of you have ever heard that before, but hold the vision and trust the process. So keeping that vision, no matter where you want to be, keep that vision and trust the process. So know that every step you take is the process, and that you'll eventually get there as long as you're holding on to that vision. Okay, that's the most important part. Hold on to that vision. And then I am a huge fan of daily experience. So I'm sure majority of you are on there. And if you're not, you should definitely get on. I will always go back and look. There's so many things that are so fitting on there for different times in your life. Whether you're at like a low part in your business or a high part in your business or struggling with PCs or no matter where it might be, Daily Experience is the place to listen in. So I was listening to Heather Kwezel. She's been in the business for 7 years. And she was talking about 8 things for success in this business. And they all resonate so true. And, coming from somebody who's been in this for 7 years, definitely something to listen to. Okay. So I'm going to give you her 8 things. And you guys can tell me what you relate to the most too. So, write these down, keep them in your head, and just think about them. So the first one is that all it takes is a decision. Okay, so we kind of talked about that a little bit already. So the decision is, are you going all the way or are you just going to dip your toes in? Okay, we all know people who've joined us in business. So I would say all of you that are here are going all the way, right? That's why we're in this training. That's why you're where you're at already. Okay, but we've all had people join us in business, and what do? They hit maybe 600 their first month. Next month, nothing. Next month, nothing. They dipped their toes in. They jumped out, right? They didn't even try. So all it takes is a decision. Are you going to go all in? Or are you just going to kind of try? Okay? That's number one thing to be successful. Make that decision. Number 2, the business rewards the committed. The business rewards the committed. I mean, how easy is that? It's so true. And if any business rewards the committed, it's definitely Rodan & Fields. So you hit your higher levels and you're committed, right? You're only committed because you are hitting your higher levels, and the company will reward you. They reward you in so many different ways, right? So you hit a higher level, you're getting a higher pay. You're getting more of a pay. You also can achieve, so much org volume. You get a car. You get a trip. There's so many rewards to this business by being committed. The more you commit, the more you're rewarded. We all deserve to be rewarded, and there's not many businesses out there that will reward you. Number 3, you have to learn to enjoy the process. I'll admit this one's a tough one, and it relates to so many things in life in general, right? So especially this time of year. So I always say, like, let's hurry up and get the Christmas tree up, and I can't wait to sit and watch Lifetime movies, and I'm going to have all my stuff wrapped really, really fast so I can just enjoy everything. I never enjoy it. Never. But I still love the holidays, right? But I never sit down and enjoy the process. So I don't get to just step back and relax. So when you think of this business, you think of the education, the events, and everything else that entails with it, right? Moving up in levels, or even dealing with the struggle, right? So anytime that you are going to this education events, I'm sure a lot of people are like, I have to go to another thing, or I have to be on another Zoom, but enjoy it. Enjoy this process, because this process is what gets you to that sweet spot, right? That goal, that vision. It's all what happens in between. And you know what? We never get those things back. Just like, as a parent, any of you that are parents, we don't enjoy the process, right? Because then we turn around, we look, and we're like, they're 7 years old. Where did that time go? Enjoy the process the whole way through. So enjoy the education, enjoy the events, try to sit back and take it all in. Number 4, we are in the business of loving and serving other people, right? So in this business, we know that a lot of people think, oh, you're just selling a product, or you're making people join you in the business. We're not. This business, we've been told so many times, is a gift. It's a gift. We're giving freedom to people. We are giving people the chance to feel good about their skin, and we are helping others constantly. We're helping people make more friends, right? We're helping people love their skin. We're helping people financially, and we're helping people become more free. So right there, we're in this business of loving and serving other people. Number 5, this one's a good one. Some will, some won't, some get it, and some don't, right? That's huge. So some will, some won't, some get it, and some don't. So in this business, so many times when we're reaching out to people, we constantly feel like we're saying the same things over and over and over again, right? But some people, they just get it, right? They get this business, and you don't have to try so hard for them. And then some people, they'll just never get it, and they'll be completely negative about what we do. But that's okay. They just don't get it. Move on, right? Move away from those people, okay? We don't need them. They don't get it. They never will, okay? And then when they do, it'll be too late for them. Number 6, it's not about setting goals. It's about working towards them, okay? It's always about the struggle as well. So it's not about setting goals. It's about working towards them, okay? So many times we all set goals and we just think, well, I didn't hit it. So now what? Okay, now maybe I need to bring my goal back down. Well, that's not true, okay? It's about working towards those goals, okay? So maybe you set to, hit level 5, but guess what? You started at a 2 and now you're a 3 or a 4. You're working towards that goal. That's huge, right? You always want to work towards it. Just because you didn't hit it doesn't mean you're not working towards that goal. You have to have these goals in sight and you have to work towards them. That's the only way to stay successful in this business, as long as you're moving forward and not backwards, right? So it's about reaching and working towards that goal. Number 7, you won't promote until you prove to the universe that you are here until, right? So you are here until the next level, okay? Or until you prove you are ready for that responsibility, okay? So many times we say, I want to be an RFXer, right? So what do we know about being an RFXer? It's going to be a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. So maybe you just aren't ready to be there yet. Doesn't mean you're not going to get there, but you haven't probably achieved everything you need to get to that point. Okay, so we need to prove to the universe, or to whoever, ourselves, that we can get there. So once we've hit level 5 and we're comfortable in that position and we've done all of our responsibility for it, because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with being a level 5, being a Lexus Achiever, being an RFXer, all of those things. You're doing a lot of work. It's not just easy. It doesn't mean because you got there, you get to just sit back and enjoy it, right? There's a lot of responsibility. So we need to prove to ourselves that we are able to take on that responsibility. That part is huge, okay? We need to all be ready for that. And then number 8, you are where you are either through your own success or through your own struggle, okay? So what does that mean? It means that you either got there through being completely committed, or you got there through dealing with a little bit of struggle that got you to where you needed to be. Okay, there's never a point in this business that you don't struggle. I mean, I've struggled. I still struggle on days. And I think that it's okay to struggle. It just means that you've learned something, or that you have learned what you need to do better or what you shouldn't do next time. Okay, the struggle is what's always going to get you to that sweet success. And then as far as, highs and lows, I mean, I think we've all been there. But the best part about the highs and lows is that we have to duplicate it down to our teams, right? So just because you're in an ultimate low in this business doesn't mean that you just turn off completely, okay? I've learned it. I've done it. I've gone through some things in my life where, obviously in less than the last 3 years, where it just makes you want to shut down, not talk to anybody. But guess what? Yes, my business kept growing because that's what this business is about. But once you are no longer involved, your team will start to dwindle. And it happens. It happened to me. It happens to everybody. But guess what? There's always going to be a high again, right? As long as you jump back in. So as long as you jump back in, your team will have your sweet success and you'll come back to that high again, okay? There's always highs and lows, and the struggle is what makes the difference between that high and low and how you feel that struggle as well. Now, as far as like highs and lows right now with anybody on the team, is anybody struggling with anything major right now, or is anybody in a great high right now that they're so excited to talk about? Anybody? I'm going to catch my breath and take a sip of my tea real quick, wishing it was wine.
And just unmute yourself if you guys want to, whoever wants to start talking.
Our team is growing quite a bit. Camille has added on her downline, she's added like 4, I think, which in turn has added to my downline. And so that's been big. But it just like I jumped on late, but I heard exactly what you were saying as far as Alicia P is under you, but she grew big fast. That's what I'm experiencing. And Camille's my sister-in-law, and I love her. I adore her. I knew she would be perfect for this, but she's growing big really fast, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and she can do this really kind of full-time. And I'm a nurse, and I work 36 to 44 hours a week. They're long hours, and I don't always get as much time as I want to do this. And I just stopped doing part of what I do at the hospital. Yeah, I'm talking to them. Aren't they pretty? They're pretty. Yeah. So I can focus more on this, but I'm seeing her great successes and all of her yeses, and I'm getting a lot of crickets and no's, and I'm understanding the no's are okay. And the can you be quiet for just 1 minute, baby? And I feel like the no's are just planting seeds, and I'm following up, and I'm doing my reach outs and stuff like that. And I'm trying, and I have a lot of other things that are just like, why is this all happening at once? And it's kind of been rough that way, but I'm just trying to do exactly what you say. And I didn't get a chance to watch all of that daily experience that you talked about, but I did hear her talk about celebrating the little things and the joys. And that's always something that I've tried to bring into my life anyway, is that, and also I was raised that it's not just about you. Like, you need to look at the big picture. And so I think that that's great, is that if we can just focus on, look how great it all is, and look how great things all are. I think that's super important. So anyway, I think that that's important for other people to realize that, you know, they might be having the same situation that I am. And I'm super proud of Camille and all that she does. But I just had the same story that you had, and I wanted people to know that it's okay. It's great. I want her to feel appreciated and loved, and that she does amazing things. And so I felt like that was important.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the best part about this business, is that you can still cheer each other on. And like you said, and it's okay to have a little bit of jealousy, right? Because I mean, that's totally normal. You're not necessarily jealous and angry at that person. It's just that's where you want to be. And that's totally okay to feel that way. And you're right. You have those no's going on, but guess what? Those yeses are coming. You just got to keep pushing and doing exactly what you're doing. And those yeses will come. We just haven't found the right people yet. So that's awesome. Anybody else in a high or low place right now?
So I think, sorry, for me, like right now, I feel like I'm at a high place because I've been, since we moved, completely back on and focusing on my reach outs. And so I've had a lot of initial phone calls, but my low would be getting them back on again. I do have a 3-way scheduled for tomorrow. It was scheduled today, but it got moved till tomorrow with Alicia. And I do struggle with that as well. But I've been in the same situation as you, Jen, and with Annie. You know, I mean, Carrie's on my downline. And she hit 5, but it's amazing. You know, of course I want to be there, but on the same hand, you know, in the last year and a half, I know, I mean, there's been plenty of times where I didn't make this a priority because of so many other things going on in my life. I know I'm where I'm at because of how much commitment I put towards this. You know, I'll get super gung-ho for like a week, and then, oh, you know, my husband went on a fire for 2 weeks. I'm a single mom. Well, there's plenty of single moms that do this job. So, I mean, I can't use that as an excuse. So, like, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think we all have the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs.
Absolutely. And it is. It's totally normal to be that way. Life does get in the way. There's things that happen, things in our lives. Parenting gets tough. Our kids get crazy. There's holidays. There's situations with husbands and wives, and there's family that passes away. There's always something that's going on, and it's silly to say like don't let those things get in the way, but that's normal. It really, really is. But you just have to dive back in when you're ready, when you're 100% ready to get back into it. And that's the best part about this business as well. And you're only going to learn from it. And that's the best part, like you just said, Alicia, like that that's maybe why you aren't a little bit further, but you know that, and you know what to do next time, and you know how to keep pushing forward. So absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, when we look at our team, I mean, I think our team now is like at 65 or 66 under me. I mean, we have an amazing team, and it's grown. And then I think also one of my struggles in looking at this list was you won't promote until you prove to the universe, because for as many people as we have on our team, I should be doing like this all the time, but I don't, because I think I look at, well, I have 2 out of my 7 that hit EC. So, but I need to be looking at my whole team as,
And that's so true, because you have that whole team underneath you. So it's not just about your directs that are just hitting, and people still do look up to you, because guess what? If it weren't for you, they wouldn't be there, right? They wouldn't. Because you wouldn't have had those people under you who have those people under you who have those people under you. So just think that way. Anybody else?
Hey, yeah, I was like really looking forward to tonight's call, because I kind of
Uh-oh. She freeze on you?
my first. Oh,
okay.
Hello?
You're freezing a little bit.
Wait, can you see me now?
I can see you, but you were
Sorry, I'm driving, and I like every Monday night I have something at 7:30, and then I leave just so I can hop on. So sorry. Okay, I'm gonna pull off on the road so you can see me.
Safe.
Okay.
Safe, but you were just frozen for a second. So
Okay, if you can see me now. Okay, so like my thing is like I hosted my first CNC this month, and like I have been literally like leading with the business from day one since I joined in May, and I signed 2 partners, and I feel like I don't know if I'm just like recruiting, like trying to go after the wrong people or what, but I just feel like I keep getting like no's or not right now, and I know no is like not yet, but I'm just like I just feel like it's raining no's, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's like, is it me? Like, I'm starting to think like, is something wrong like with me? But people are like, oh, I love what you're doing and your parties, and you look so much fun. So I'll have these conversations with them, and then it's just like, it's not the right time. It's not for me. The money, like I go through all the stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing?
okay, so I'm going to give you a tip. So number 1, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay. So, and you can never say the right thing to the wrong person. Like that's something that like, because people are so worried about like, am I saying the right thing, or did I say it right? Or should I have said this? And you get off a 3-way call and you're like, oh my God, I just did this. And should I have done that? And like, you have to step back and be like, no, like you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Now, let me give you a couple liners that you could say to people to try to get them to like push them off the edge. Like if they're like interested, right, and they want to get on the phone, they want to hear from you, and then they are like, you look like you're having a great time, but no, you can be like, listen, what can I say right now to you to make you say yes? Very open question, but it kind of may draw out something from it. What can I, because I actually listened to a daily experience probably like a year and a half ago, and somebody said that on there, and I was like, that is so smart, right? Because maybe you'll pull out of them something. Or if you're like, okay, take the money out of the picture. Like, I'm going to like, forget that. We can make one more check before the holidays. I can get you another check, right after the holidays to pay off that holiday bill. Like, money, not an issue. Is there anything else holding you back? And then, sometimes some of those questions might uncover something. Sometimes people that I have on a call and they won't get on a 3-way call with me again, I'll be like, listen, can we just get on the phone just to see if this, maybe now isn't the right time, but just so you know more for when the time is right. And then I get them on the phone and I can kind of like push them over the edge while I'm on the phone with them. I talk big right now about tax write-off, and I didn't get taxes at all when I joined, but this is the most brilliant thing to do and right before the end of the year, because I'm like, listen, and I'm telling my prospects this, you write your entire business kit off, your whole cell phone bill, a portion of your house, your internet, your electricity. Like, home-based businesses are genius for taxes. Like, you need to do it now, and then you need to write your whole business off for 2017 taxes. Like, that's genius. And that gets people thinking. That's another thing. So just some things that you could maybe say, but it's not you. I promise you. You're going to go through times where, like, you're getting all these no's, and then come January, people are going to be like, I'm in. And you might have like 4 join you in 1 month because you're like, finally these seeds are popping, right? So and going back to like all the little celebrations like Jen was talking about, like, I really want you guys to take that to heart. Like, think about the first time you signed your the first time you signed your first PC. Like, do you remember that feeling? Like, it was so exciting, right? Think about the first time you signed a business partner. Oh my gosh, you were like on cloud 9. Like, you're like, this is incredible. Like, it feels amazing. I want you, it's kind of hard to do this, but I want you to feel that, or a little bit of that, for every single no you get. Because guess what? Every single no you get, it means that you're doing your job. It means that you're having that conversation. It means you opened your mouth. Your business is open. Yes, it's a no, but you're dumb. I'm moving on to the next person. I'll follow up with you in a month. You don't know it yet, but I'm going on to the next one. Like, but it's celebrating the no's, because it's going to get you to those yeses. Every single no you have. It's like, check. Okay, my 10th no, check. My 50th no, check. 100th no is a yes. Like, 101 is a yes. You know what I mean? Like, just celebrating all those little successes. But then celebrating the fact that you did a CNC, the fact that you talked to 2 new people today, the fact that you connected to a new person on Facebook, the fact that you had an amazing post on Facebook. You know what I mean? All those little things that, like, we don't credit ourselves enough for. Plugging into your business every single day. Like, you guys need to be like patting yourself on the back and being like, I did amazing today. I sent 5 reach outs. I did amazing today. I connected with 2 new moms at my kids' school. I did amazing. Like, congratulate yourself and celebrate all that, because that's what's going to keep you going. Don't feel like I don't get to celebrate until I sign my next business partner. No, like, celebrate all the stuff in between, because as Jen's talking about, that long haul mentality, like, those little things get you to where you want to be. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you so much, Megan.
Yes, of course.
Really.
Good.
Anybody else?
Ange, yeah, just unmute yourself.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I couldn't find the button. I can't find half the things I try to look for. And that's my problem. I say this in every single call. I overthink everything. That's like my super low. Like, I talk about it 70 times, and then I probably will do it at like 73 or 75. But my thing that I've been noticing about myself, my high, is that I just talk to everybody. I have been just, and not about RNF necessarily, I've just been talking to everybody. Like, hi, hey, remember me? You haven't seen me in 2 months. You know, I was at physical therapy because I have to go there now 3 days a week. And I saw somebody from high school that I haven't seen since high school. And I sat there and I talked to her for like 10 minutes. And she was like, yeah, I see you on Facebook, you know, and I'm sure she's seen what I do. I never even mentioned it. About a year ago, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, you know what I do? Let me show you. Do you see my skin? Do you like it? You know, I probably would have said that. But that's like a high for me. I get excited. I never used to get excited this much about talking about it. Just in general. And I could, like, at work, they're like, how are you so happy? And I'm like, inside, I'm like, I'm not. I'm having actually the worst day of my life. This sucks today. 3 people told me that they're not going to buy from me. 2 people told me that they can't meet me here. They can't pick me up. This patient did this did this. But you know what? I'm super happy and I'm excited. So, something that I've learned for myself. And that's my high. Like, I get excited, I laugh, whatever. I mean, I'm going to get there, and whatever it takes, it's, you know, I'll keep talking about it, and I'll keep talking to you, and we'll go out for dinner, or we'll go have some coffee, whatever you want to do. But the biggest thing is it's fun. It's fun for me. It's my fun. It's my high. Like, that's what I get excited about. And if it takes 5 years, if it takes 7 years, it'll take me that long. It will happen. But this is great. And these calls for me are these Zooms are phenomenal because it keeps me on track. So
Good.
I totally second everything you said, Ange. I feel the same way, and I feel like I've been getting just people who have been watching me for a long time, for now 2 years, that are just now starting to become a PC or show interest or ask me questions. And I try to tell the people on my team the same thing. I'm like, don't lose it. You know, like, if you feel frustrated, don't lose it, because people do, like you say, they do watch you. They do. And I think just having that excitement and just showing that, I don't know, talking proudly about it when you can has really helped. And that's a high for me, is just feeling more confident in talking about it genuinely and not feeling like I'm trying to sell somebody something.
And that's totally all about what we talked about, is the belief in the product as well, right? The belief in the company, the belief in the product. So you feel comfortable talking about it now. So it's a high. It's just a natural way of talking to people, and that's how it should feel. And it takes some people a while to get there, but that's an awesome thing. That should be a high. That's a great thing, and that's enjoying the process, right? So now you're enjoying the process. You're just talking, and just you're comfortable doing it, and that's the best part about it. And I'm glad that that's a high for you, and not a low, that it's like I always talk about my business, blah blah blah. So that's an awesome thing for both of you.
You know, my husband, I don't know if anybody has all said this, but my husband used to ask me, because when I first told him I was going to do this, he was like, you're crazy. You know, whatever, just do it. It's fine. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I go, and you're going to watch, and you're going to watch, and you're going to see it. And he used to be like, for the whole first year, he'd be like, how's your business? How's your business going? And I'm like, it's going, you know, and literally, like, that was my face. It's all right. Going, yeah, it's good. Yeah, nothing to say about it. He asks me now, and I'm like, oh, it's awesome. Like, and even if I had, like, nothing happened that day, you know what I mean? Something happened. I met someone, or I made a new friend. I got to talk to somebody. I heard somebody's story that like made me smile, you know, and that's why it's so fun. So when you were talking about other people's success, I love other people's success. That's awesome, you know. Because if I know that just because they're doing it now doesn't mean that everyone else isn't going to do that as well, you know? But I used to tell that to my husband all the time. Like, okay, it's good. You know, like, I rode my bike today. It was cool, you know, but it's just different. It's different now than it was, you know, even 3 months ago.
Ange, that's awesome. I absolutely love you, girl, for saying that, because I try to teach even my newbies. Like, I say, like, listen, I don't care if it's day 1, day 300, year 7. If somebody asks you, how's your business going? And you're like, you know, it's all right. Like, but I never use the, like, if your husband asks you, because it's so true. Like, what you put out to the world, your energy that you put out is what you get back. So if you're even your own husband, and so I'm changing my language with that when I even talk to my newbies, like, even your husband asks you, how's it going? Like, if you're like, whatever, like, you're going to get whatever in your business, right? But if you're like positive and upbeat and excited, like, that's all you're going to bring in. And then all of a sudden your business is going to start booming, because that's your, like, it's like literally what you put out to the universe is what you get in, is what you get back. So, I'm so glad you shared that. That was awesome. So
he asked me, he's like, what are you doing? I go, I'm putting in a sale. And he goes, how much your sale? And I go, $80. You know what? Don't even matter.
Yeah. Every success, every single thing along the way.
He's like, you're crazy. I'm like, nope, a little bit, but you know, we'll get there.
No, that's awesome, Ange. And all of you, I mean, and that's what this is all about. It's about, you know, the highs and the lows and the struggle in between. And just getting comfortable to where we're at in this business is huge. And talking about it, if talking about it and getting to that point where you can talk so positively about it is an awesome thing. Because usually, right, when we're in a business or working at a job, we usually go the opposite way, right? So we start to work this job, and then we're like, you know? So the fact that we're all turning the opposite way is even more exciting. And I think that just shows that this company has so much growth to it too. And we're always, you know, revolving. We're always getting something new. We're always growing. That's the best part about this business too. So highs and lows are totally normal to have struggles. And, you know, that's why we all have each other. And even after all of this training is done, you know, now that you guys have heard each other's stories and understand each other a little bit more, you know, a lot of us are all on different teams. We all are, you know, technically under Megan, but we're all on different teams. So it's nice to have each other to like check in. You know, I have somebody that I check in with constantly from a different team as well. And it's nice, like, hey, where are your numbers at? What's going on with your team? Are you feeling this way right now? And that just makes you feel more normal, and it makes you feel like, okay, like I'm not the only one, and I can still push, and you guys can push each other. So that's the best part too, is that you guys all kind of have each other now to work with, talk to, or even, you know, reach out to me, Megan, or anybody else that's been, you know, doing the Zooms as well. So does anybody have anything else that they want to say about highs and lows or struggles or anything? Ange?
I'm sorry, I talk a lot. I just had a girls' weekend, and I was actually with Alicia. And she never laughed so hard. I don't think she ever thought I would do anything like that. I made everybody that was in my room get up out of bed and wash their face with my.
I was wondering who did that.
I did.
I thought it was Alicia.
No, I did. And it was funny because a year ago, I would have pinpointed it on Alicia. You know what I mean? Like, she made them do it. But no, like, I came out and I was like, you don't wash your face? Like, are you serious? You don't wash your face? I go, I don't care how much you had to drink. I said, you should wash your face. I said, it's going to make you feel so good tomorrow. And they were like, wow. Okay. So then one came in, and then as soon as one came in, the other one came in. So that just showed me, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like follow the leader, right? So Alicia's in the other room, and she comes in and she goes, you're a good salesperson. It's like, what do you mean? And I go, she's like, you just explain those products like to a T. But I would have never done that. I would have never felt comfortable doing that. But talking to people just in general has opened me up to say, well, what's the difference? If I talk about, you know, going to the grocery store versus if I talked about this face wash that I used today, you know, or so it was kind of fun. It was really fun. And we took pictures, and it was just fun, just being goofballs. But I mean, they didn't buy anything from me, but, you know, they might buy from somebody.
The pictures were cute. They were definitely cute. So really, does anybody have anything else to say?
So yeah, Jen, I wanted to say, I could say this so many times. I just want you guys to know that, like, I'm no different than every single one of you guys. We all have our own characteristics, our own qualities, our own reasons why we're doing this. And the reason that I'm where I'm at, and you guys will all be there too, you know, elite, level 5, Lexus achiever. Like, the only reason that I'm here is because I've gotten more no's. I've had more crazy lows and highs and craziness, you know what I mean? And the only reason that I'm here is truly because I've just had more of those. I've had more of those no's. I've talked to a gazillion people, you know, and I will never stop talking. So that's what, and I'm so glad that, like, these recordings are just urging you guys to just do more of that, right? Talk more, get out of your comfort zone, do all those things, because that's what it truly takes. Okay. Second thing, all of you, okay. I remember, like, the day I signed up and enrolled under Sarah LeBlanc, and she was like, all right, we're doing this summer series training, dial into this call for this training on your way home tonight. And so I did. And I remember listening to literally it was the first thing I listened to when I jumped into this business. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, she's like, this is cool. Like, she is the team, and she's like doing these trainings, and like, oh, I would never do something like that's crazy. Like, I can't see myself doing something like that. Like, I would never, you know, do trainings or whatever and stuff. And like, and then I remember seeing somebody do like a live training on their page, and I was like, oh, I would never, you know, do that. Like, and then I saw somebody do a Zoom, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not big enough for that. Guys, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm urging all of you, I don't care if you have a team of 3 or a team of 65, Alicia Benson, like, do trainings like this. Get the camaraderie with your team. Do, ECs, all your people that hit EC this month are going to be invited to a training come January, and you're going to get, new to 2, right? New consultants to level 2, and start your own new to 2 programs, or start your own like easy to EC programs, or, going live on your group pages, and do all of those things. Like, don't feel like you need to be like this head honcho leader to do anything. Like, you're a leader once you get one person under you. So I want you guys to be creative. Like, this is your own team, and reach down. Like, Alicia, you talked about like, people like down below. Like, I pull my reports every month, and I'll have people that are my level 2 generation, my level 4 generation, my level 6. 6. Yeah, I don't make money on them yet. But, like, you have leaders all over. And if you see people that are rocking it, like, I reach out to them and I'm like, I'm here for you. You want to do calls? Like, let's go. Like, it doesn't matter where they're at in my organization, right? They're bringing in income for me. Like, you want to go and work with anybody, like anybody that wants to be worked with, they're going to hear from me. Don't feel like you're stepping on anybody's toes, because you know what? That's not how this business works, right? We get to literally reach down to anybody. And so don't feel like you can't do that, because you absolutely can, right? You're a leader no matter what level or below you they are. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Third thing, does everybody have in their mind or written out or what they're doing strategically for Black Friday, Small Biz Saturday, and Cyber Monday? Because I'll tell you, my head is freaking exploding with trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. And so we want to be smart business owners. And I went live on the team page on Friday talking about ideas of what we can do. And we really need to duplicate this down to our teams, not being super salesy, not being super, I don't know, like annoyed, right? We want to be professional. We want to be creative. We want to be smart business owners. So I don't know if anybody has ideas or questions about it, because your mind can truly explode. It's a lot, right? This is an amazing week for our business. You could see your numbers and sales go crazy, but you got to do it the right way. So does anybody have any questions or ideas or anything or tips that they want to share about that?
I just feel like a lot of them are the same. Like, what are people doing? Because I feel like so many of them are the same type of thing that we're running, and it's just doesn't make anything exciting. Like, oh, you get a free eye cream. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What is anyone doing?
So I don't know if you guys listened to, so Sarah did her Sundays with Sarah LeBlanc on her Team Original Showstoppers page last night. I watched it today. And I will say I do agree with a lot of the things she said. Were like, I know my network likes money off, cash off, okay? But I will never slice things deeper than consultant discount, like I talked about on my live. That's not smart business. And if you're slashing your price, if you do 25% off and somebody's like, oh, well, my friend Sally's going to do 50, you're like, feel free, go with Sally, because you know what? I'm not giving 50% off. Like, that's just stupid. I truly wish corporate managed that a little bit. I wish that they could say like, no, like that, you can't do a discount that deep, because it just discounts our brand, but they can't do that. We're our own business owners, right? But I say that I think cash off is, for my network, I think gets the most attention, but I always put a number on it, right? I'm not going to do like unlimited. Like, I want it to be like, you better get this and you better get this now mentality. Like, first 3 that comment are going to get, will get $40 off a regimen, or, first 5 that comment, I'm giving $20 off Lash Boost, something like that. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend being really creative. Mm-hmm. I already took pictures of my kids in PJs with Rodan & Fields products all around them. My kids get a lot of attention, but I am not one to throw up a generic Black Friday post or a picture with writing all over it that just says like money off. Like, I want something to grab somebody's attention, because when you think about when you're scrolling on Facebook, what's going to grab your attention, or think about what grabs your network's attention. I'm sure your kids or your dog, or you with doing a silly selfie, or you demoing the product or something, but not collages. Don't make it chaotic mess. Make it very simple, clean, to the point, but creative. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are you doing differently between Black Friday Small Business Saturday and then Cyber Monday? Like, are you doing the same deal 3 days, or just like, what is it
So
that's different about all the days?
and that's where you have to kind of figure out what you want to do, right? Do you want to know what I'm going to do? Is that what you're asking?
Well, yeah, just like an example. I mean,
What I'm probably going to do.
I'm not going to steal it, maybe, but.
Oh, of course you can. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably post at like 10 a.m. I'll probably do like first 4 people will get, $40 off a regimen, or I'll figure out what the 25% off, discount is. Okay. Probably post at like 10 a.m. Then at like maybe 1 or 2 p.m., I'll post my Lash Boost deal. Okay. This is on Friday. Okay. And then that's it. Saturday, I'll post my money off business kits. And Monday, I didn't even post anything last year. I don't know what I'm going to do on Monday. But I'm probably only going to do 3 posts: a regimen post, a Lash Boost. I'll probably do a Lash Boost and hydration post, because Brinley was holding both in her hand in my picture. So, and then a money off business kits for Saturday is probably what I will do.
So Small Business Saturday is a business kit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay.
And just a note, so Sarah LeBlanc talked about this in her video yesterday. I didn't know this, but apparently #Small Business Saturday is owned and copyrighted by American Express, which is crazy. I did not know this. So companies that use that are, I guess, except American Express, which we do, yes, but they told the RFXers, our corporate team told RFXers, we are technically not a small business. We're a very huge corporation. You, me, we are individually small business owners, but they're suggesting that us not to use #Small Biz Saturday or Small Business Saturday, but use more of a hashtag of like #RF Small Biz, or #Mompreneur, or hashtag, something like that, because I guess American Express owns it. I don't know. People are still going to do it. But I will say, I know like American Express has a team that watches social media, just like RNF does too, right? People have gotten things from our corporate team of like, that's not compliant, all that stuff. So just kind of a side note on that, which is weird. I had no clue, but yeah.
And some ideas that we were going to do, that I gave suggestions out on my team page, was for early bird Black Friday, do consultant pricing, but 4 regimens and 4 Lash Boosts separately, but that way they can buy them the consultant can buy it as a bundle. They're still making money on the front end and not having to, lose any money up front at all. You still make $10 right up front if you're selling them separate, and then making the commission again. And then later in the day, I think we're going to do PC pricing on Friday, and then the Small Business Saturday, or start your own small business Saturday. Sunday we were doing enhancements. I think Camille and Annie, maybe you can help me. I think we were doing an enhancement Sunday for specials on enhancements, and then Monday free gift wrapping to try and get significant others on there, because I don't know, most men I don't think shop Black Friday sales, and so they probably would be on their computer Monday morning possibly looking for cyber deals. And
Alicia, when you said early Black Friday, like Thursday late night, you guys were going to do stuff?
No, like a early bird, like a 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. How a lot of times the stores will do.
Oh,
yeah, on Friday.
Okay.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, like my sister-in-law asked me about going shopping Thanksgiving night. Like, would it be bad to do a post Thanksgiving night as opposed to even like maybe do one Thanksgiving night and then one Black Friday, or definitely do 2 Black Friday?
I might do that too, now thinking about it, because you're right. Like after turkey dinner and the kids are in bed and whatever, like I remember I was on my phone last night already on Thursday evening, like looking at deals and stuff. So people are going to be on their phones, right? In like a turkey coma. So
right, exactly. Yeah, you're sitting on the couch. You don't want to move. You don't want to go anywhere. I mean, obviously some people are going to go shopping, but
exactly what I wanted. I wanted you guys to get your juices flowing and get things, underway and stuff. I know some teams are doing virtual events on Monday. I know things like that. So yeah, just and please know and duplicate this down. Like just posting, people aren't going to obviously rush to you. I know last year, like I ended up selling all my deals because I was individually reaching out to people. Like I was even reaching out to people before I posted it. Like, hey, you were interested in this. I'm going to let you know about this first. Do you want one? And then I send them my picture before I even posted on Facebook about it. So I did some of that too, right? Like it's individually reaching out, following up with that person the 5th, the 10th time, whatever it takes. So don't think, of course, just posting is going to make all these sales come to you. You guys know that. Just making sure your team knows that too.
Oh, and one other thing with the discounts on the business kits on Saturday, we are putting restrictions apply on our post and that way they know they have to launch to get half of that money off and then hit EC to get the other.
Yep.
Is
Smart.
kind of what we've been planning.
Yep, exactly. And I would say if you offer like a free eye cream with a regimen, or you offer like a deal like that, I always try to recommend to put the eye cream in their cart. So it goes towards your PSQV, you make commission on it, and then reimburse them through PayPal. It's a lot easier. Then you're not like buying the damn eye cream, shipping it to them, going to the post office. Like that part's so annoying. I hate
Wait, can you say that again? That last part?
Yeah. So let's say it's a new, if you offer like free gift with purchase, right? Free eye cream with regimen. So
Okay.
it's a current PC, obviously they're already signed up. It's a new PC, you're putting, signing them up. But then they pay for the regimen and the eye cream. Okay.
Mhm.
They're paying for it. And then I will immediately PayPal them back that eye cream price.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And I
good.
tell them, like, listen, this is easier. You'll have the eye cream come delivered to your front door with your regimen, and I'm going to PayPal you right now the $55, so you don't have to worry about that. But that way you're not waiting for it, a week or two later, and they're
Right.
always on board when I've done that. And then it's going towards your PSQV and you're making commission on it.
Right.
You're then like, of course, if you have eye creams laying around, different story, but I always like to bump my PSQV up the highest I can. So, okay, cool. All right.
Sorry, one last thing.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking, so last year, I know I did I think a $40 off lash boost, and that was based on the retail price. So I think $40 off would be $110. So I think our consultant price is $112. But I will say, to this day, I think I have every single person that signed as a PC, and 2 of them have since signed as business partners just from last Black Friday or whatever sale I did. So,
You know what? I
Megan,
did
just like
40
you.
off. I'm looking at my pictures from last year. I did $40 off Lash Boost too.
Okay.
And I will say, $2, like, you know what I mean? You could say it's consultant pricing pretty much. Because and you're saying it off retail because obviously that sounds way better. $40 off than 20 sounds way better. So yeah, and instead of being like $38 off, making it obviously a flat 40 just sounds way more enticing. So you are right, Sarah. I totally did the same thing because it just sounds way better. And those are amazing statistics that you had those people that jumped on board then join you or still are with you. So goes to show.
Well,
It works.
it's like your network. People like money off. Like if you say,
That's what I want.
even if you say like a free essentials product, like people don't necessarily know what that means, and they're like, well, I want money off. I just want this at a good price, So that works.
Yeah. Think about I think about when I'm shopping, and I'm sure you guys all too. Like every time I check out, I open up another browser and type in like coupon for this to get money off. Like I want it cheaper. So that's what I want. I'm going to give that to my network. They want money off. I always think that's the best route for me personally. Of course, you have to do what's right for your business. And, if a free gift is that, then totally run with that. So, okay.
I just have a question. What do you do for PCs that are ordering? Because we're saying like with Lash Boost, if you say $40 off, that would be $40 off retail, which is only like 25 off of PC. Do you just give them that 25 discount? I just don't want them to be misled thinking it's 40 off of PC price.
Yes. Yes. If I had a cost, they're getting then $25. And I messaged them individually about that. And you could write on your picture, what would you write on it? Like
new PCs only.
You could, But if you want current PCs to take advantage of it to boost your sales up, I'm trying to think of what you could write on that.
Yeah,
Like,
I want them to be misled and then disappointed that it didn't apply. I don't know, because I wouldn't give
quite
them
little, like prices off retail, like really little.
Yeah, based on retail pricing.
Yeah, individually message them so they know. And if they're like, bummer, I wish it was $40 off, you can be like, look, girl, you should join me in this business then. That's when I flip it.
Okay.
Like, we need to talk. If you really want that big of a discount and you want to make some sweet cash, like, let's go. Let's get on the phone.
Okay.
So yeah, they're never getting a deeper discount than that 20%.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay. Do not forget about this business. Don't think about just deals. And I know we already said Small Biz Saturday, money off kits, all of that. Like, this is when, don't think people aren't going to join you because it's the holidays. Like, they need to join you because it's the holidays. Like, buy yourself a freaking business, tax write-off. Like, let's go. You've been watching me have all this fun. Like, it's time, like having those conversations and not feeling afraid to say it. What's the worst that can happen? No, I just want another lash boost. Okay, well, you know what? After this lash boost, we really need to talk. Like, I'm sick of you just buying these products because you love them and refer people to me. Like, it's time to go. You know what I mean? Not being afraid to say those things or have those conversations. Okay? Cool. All right, little mama. Jen, you want to end it with anything?
No, it was just, I'm glad that everybody got to like feed off of each other about all of this. And these are all great things to end the month now that we're past our auto ship, and to keep working this business. And of course it's a holiday. So you're around family, you're around friends, talk. So, and I know that we all said that's something we can all do. So just make sure you do it. Make sure you post. And I will have a challenge for you guys that I'll post tomorrow. And then I will be popping in through the week. So I will hear from you guys the rest of the week as well. So have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.